I want to know about your decision-making process. Because, it's the decision-making is at the heart of the work of every politician, right? Especially those who are in an administrative position like a mayor. So can you walk us through your decision-making process? What factors or aspects do you consider before you make a decision?
Okay, so number one, I usually go back to the law, check what the law is all about.
As a lawyer, right? As a lawyer.
What the law is on a specific issue or challenge or problem, and then I check studies, mga best practices, benchmarking, and previous studies on that matter, and then I ask around, especially those who are experts on the topic. I ask them what they think, anong opinion nila, anong sa tingin nila, and based on their expertise, anong dapat gawin, and then I make a decision.
So does it take a while before you make a decision? Or it depends on what kind of decision?
It really depends on what the issue is. Yes.
Okay. So do you have like a general idea na if an issue is like this, then I don't need to take so much time about this issue, but if an issue is something like something else, then you need to take a while before you make a decision. So
usually when it is about local governance and the law, mabilis na ako. I only just parang seek out the opinion of the city legal officer. Siya na lang ang tinatanong ko. But when it is something outside of local governance or the law, I usually consult many other department heads or heads of offices, or even consultants.
Do you consider yourself as a decisive person?
Yes.
Okay. So ano yan? Pag you made a decision, parang yan na yan.
Well, yes. Ang decisions ko naman hindi ko naman pinipilit kung ano yung gusto ko. Yung decisions ko usually are based on, yun na nga sinabi ko, mga consultations, looking at other studies, what is the law about it. So, pag yun na ang napag-usapan na gagawin, of course, by sheer grit and determination, pinipilit ko talaga na yan yung susundin.
Do you consider the opinion of devil's advocates? Or gusto mo lang yung mga pare-pareho yung opinion? When you consult people?
Of course, when you consult a lot of people in decision making, meron talaga iba't ibang opinion. So nakasali na yon. And usually I do that so that merong iba't ibang look or iba't ibang perspective na nakukuha with regard to that issue or that thing that needs decision making.
So do you have like a designated devil's advocate? Yung mga tipo, anuhin mo nga ito? Anuhin mo nga itong decision na ito? Kontrahin mo nga, tingnan mo.
Or, well, meron kaming mga ganyan na mga heads of offices, yes. Oo, na kapag medyo alanganin, the city administrator would say na you run this by this person kasi baka isang side lang yung nakikita natin and he might see another side to this.
So you entertain like opposition to your ideas or maybe initial decisions?
Yes, opo. Oo.
Okay, so do you actually incorporate their suggestions?
Minsan.
Yes.
Oo.
Pero what's your kasi di ba every politicians follow certain political ideologies and that actually informs their decision making, right? Some are some are more conservative, some are more liberal, some are more social democrat. Do you have a specific political ideology that you follow, or do you consider each ideology and try to find some balance?
Wala with me. Wala akong ganyan. I only go back to the local government code.
Okay.
Because Yan naman kasi talaga yung trabaho ko, Chief Executive of a local government unit. So we always start with the local government code and move on to other decision-making process.
Yeah. Pero meron ka bang mga value commitments at least when you make a decision na parang, okay, these certain values should always be factored in any decision that I make?
Yes, oo. And it's still based on the general welfare clause. It's still based on the law, and it's the general welfare clause, and basically the Bill of Rights na ka-enshrine sa ating constitution. So usually it's still based on kung ano yung batas.
So ano ka, more focus ka sa general welfare ng
Yes,
mga
opo.
So how do you determine general welfare?
The welfare of the majority. Kasi lagi naman kasi talaga yan na ang isang decision is not for everyone. So meron talagang maaapektuhan or meron talagang hindi in favor of the decision. So we always go back to the general welfare clause, and that is the welfare of the majority.
Pero kayo sinabi nyo na nga, di ba, na you always have to consider the majority. Syempre may minority. So paano yan na when you make a decision that you know that some people wouldn't like it or wouldn't be able or would not benefit from the decision, how do you handle that, that situation? How do you feel?
Those are the things na hard decisions na kasalin na sa trabaho ng isang local chief executive, particularly ng mayor. So I do not know with others how they deal with it. Pero sa akin, sinasali ko na lang talaga yan na sa trabaho ko, there are really hard decisions to make, and not everybody will be happy with your decisions as a local chief executive, especially that madaming magagaling na mga individuals out there.